born anywhere from the early 90s to the late 80s, then like me, you grew up in the prime of skateboarding media. We had the X Games, we had Viva La Bam, Robin Big, the Boom Boom Huck Jam. And for gamers, we had the series that impacted our love for the sport more than any other, Tony Hawk Pro Skater. For years, skateboarding was at the center of cultural importance for TV and video games. And then that faded. The Tony Hawk games took a big descent into obscurity, and the death of skateboarding and gaming was looming. Till EA brought out the Skate franchise, semi-realistic series of games bold enough to give gamers more control over the boards and bodies of their skaters. Though after Skate 3 was released, we thought it was over. We thought it died after this. Till one day, two separate studios with two separate games decided to try and make the most realistic skateboarding simulation games we have ever seen. Session by Creature Studios and Skater XL by Easy Day Studios. Both games launched fully, but whatever happened to them? If you want to find out, drop a like, write down in the comments below what you think of this video. After we discuss this, if you really like the channel, drop a sub. I'm going to start off with Skater XL. When the game fully launched, it came with 5 maps: the high school, the big ramp, downtown LA, West LA, and the California skate park. Unfortunately, that's all the developers have given us so far with the game. But fortunately, with full release of the game came the inclusion of the mod browser, which allows the player to download developer-approved maps and cosmetics to add in the game. Last major update for the game came back in August 6th of 2021 when the multiplayer was out of beta and available to everybody. It seems that Easy Day Studios have taken to sitting back and allowing the community to continue to develop the game for them instead of giving us official updates and content. On the gameplay side of things, the game's fun. It's difficult. It has a learning curve to it. It definitely will make you feel like you're playing Skate, but a much harder version of the game. It runs smooth, riding around across the maps doesn't feel clunky or cluttered. I wish you were able to get off your board and on your board, but you can't. I would give this game, as it stands, a solid 6 out of 10. If we got some continued support from the devs and it didn't feel just like a cash grab from a bunch of hobbyists, the game would be in a lot better of a state. Let's talk about Session. I'm going to start off by saying that I wanted this game to succeed more than Skater XL. When I played this game, it felt like the true spiritual successor to the Skate franchise. And boy, was I wrong. Just skating around in the different maps of this game feel horrendous. It feels like I'm in an alpha. I played this game in early access, and in the beta, just skating around felt smoother than it does now. It's clunky, it's choppy, the animations feel off. Hell, just pushing around the skateboard looks really weird. To get it to look right, to get it to seem realistic, you have to spend countless amount of time in a menu augmenting every single little thing that you could do with the board. Now, it's a nice addition to the game being able to do all this, but I shouldn't have to spend hours tweaking settings just so the mechanics of the game look and feel right. Now, I want to talk about the one thing that Creature Studios has done right, that even with its problems has set Session above Skater XL, and that's the maps. You have 3 different cities, each with multiple different areas in the city to explore and skate. You have New York City, San Francisco, and Philadelphia, all within the game. Session fully released on September 22nd, 2022. Sadly, since then, the only update we've gotten was a hotfix on October 7th. There's no future in sight for the game. The devs haven't been transparent about anything. We don't know if multiplayer is coming. And the only thing we've seen is 2 cosmetic packs in the DLC shops for the game. Now, I know I'm probably going to get a bunch of people in the comments saying, you just don't like the games because you're bad at them. Yeah, I'm not great at them, but the games are fundamentally bad. The mechanics don't feel good, and at the end of the day, both just feel like cash grabs by developers who are just too lazy to keep pumping out content. No, I pray to God that somehow EA saves skateboarding in video games with the release of the upcoming live service game that we all are calling Skate 4, but they have dubbed as just Skate. Because if that is a flop, then skateboarding as we know it in video games is fucking doomed.